Hey, hello, welcome to FS with Srikanth. Now we are going to discuss control statements and loops. These are most important concepts in all academic years and as well as in a real time also most important concepts. In every language, not only C language, wherever you go, this conditional statements and looping statements is. And in a real time, if you want to survive in MNC's companies, definitely you have a clear idea about these conditional looping statement. Any concept, any technology, definitely without these statement there is no language. Single word, without this there is no language. So everywhere these conditional and looping statements are there, and we are implementing with the help of these statement. We can write our code very perfectly and logically we can write. Now we are going to think about why we need this conditional statement. Already why we need this conditional statement, why these needs. So without these conditional statements, every programming language, without conditional statement, every programming language is executing sequential execution. Sequential execution in the sense, line by line the statement will be print. The line by line the statements would be print. When we are using this conditional statement and looping statement, we can restrict the sequential execution. Suppose there are 10 statements are there. There are 10 statements are there, right? So in the 10 statement you can execute particular statement. Which statement is matched with your environment, that one only you are evaluated, right? That is one of the benefit with the help of these conditional and looping statements. What is a sequential execution? First we think about that. What is a sequential execution? Just you observe, this is a one program, just very simple program. There is only one main method, but it having total 10 printable statement. Right or not? When we are compiling this, no errors, and when we are executing this, it will be executing 10. But I want to execute the condition. I want to execute 10th statement first. Suppose I want to execute 10th statement first. There is only one way is there. Just cut and paste. This is only way, right or not? So just you observe, compile and run. This is a way only that. But there is a completely sequential execution is there. You observe, sequential means first line, first printable statement, second printable statement. So in this way everything is there, right or not? In this way, just again you cut and again you paste here. So everything you can only change, right? There is no, it is not supporting for random execution. In a general, every program you observe, any program you take, in a previously we are executing different type of programs right now. So every program is executing sequentially. But when we are going to the further lectures, we need to execute our program randomly. Random in the sense, from this 10 of statement you required only particular statement, right? Second statement you required and 10th statement is required based on your condition, right? So here in this sequential execution, there is not at all we are going to execute particular statement. It is not a possible and it is not supporting for that. When we are going with these conditional statements and looping statements, supports for random execution. These are supporting for random execution. So what? We are using this conditional statement and looping statement for random execution. Sequential execution is not override. Overcome with the help of these conditional and looping statements. Is it right? So here, what is conditional statement and what is looping statement? So just you observe, first of all, conditional statement we are going to discuss, right? So conditional statement. So very simple. First it checks the condition. Conditional statement. First it checks the condition. If the condition is true, it will be evaluate the statement. Block of statement will be executed. Only block of statement. And again, if the condition is false, it will be going to next block. If the condition is false, it will go into next block. Based on blocks, the conditional statement will be evaluated. So here one thing you mind it, conditional statement checks the condition only one time. Conditional statement checks the condition only one time and executes also one time. Condition checks the condition one time and execute the condition one time. That is the one thing is there. So but in this conditional statement we can write in a one condition we can place many statement. Like there is a one condition is there, internally we can write another one more condition, and internally one more condition. Means in a one condition, suppose there is a one condition is there, this is a one block, and in between you can write again and again different number of condition you can place. That is a conditional statement. Conditional statements can support for random execution, and it checks the condition. If condition is true, it executes some of the statement. If the condition is false, it executes some of the statement. So we can divide our statement, truth statement and a false statement. In this way we can execute, right? So in a looping statement, what it happens in a looping statement, so just observe what is the drawback in conditional statement. The drawback is that it checks the condition only one time. It checks the condition only one time, and execution is also one time. So one time execution, and one time check the condition. Only one time, right or not? Checking the condition one time and executing the statement, execution statement one time. But in a looping statement, what happens? In a looping statement, it checks the condition and again. First it checks the condition, it executes the block of statement, and again it can update its variable. The iteration can be changed with the help of variable values, with the help of increment and decrement values, decrement operators, either incrementation statements. It will be update their environment, and again it checks the condition and it executes the block of statement until condition becomes the false. These looping statement will be executed. So here in a looping statement, what happens? In a one block statement executes many time in the sense when the until condition become the false, the block of statement will be checks and executed. That is one of the major advantage in a looping statement, right? So conditional statement checks the condition and print the block of statement. Looping statement checks the condition and it executes the block of statements and until condition become the false. This is a very simple introduction, and just only we are overlook only. So now we are going to, in this lecture we gonna go cover only these two statements. In this lecture we are going to cover these two statements, and in a further lecture we are going to cover. And mind it everyone, if you having good idea in these statement, conditional and looping statement, if you having clear about these statement, and definitely it very helpful for higher languages, right? So and not only higher languages, academic point of view, this is the most important one. The entire unit is the one of the most important questions comes in your examination point. In a conditional statement and looping statement, they will be asked. So what is the difference between while and do while, and what is a for loop, and what is mean by nested loop? This way they can ask. And switch statement, one of the most important, switch case is most important one for examination, right? So as per academic calendar, academics, this is the most important concept. In a real time, in MNC's level, in a company level, it's the most important concept, and in a higher language level, it is the most important. Overally, it's the most important, and definitely you follow each and everything. It's the most important for NIT, right? The next we are going to cover if. Just before going to if, we write. So already we discussed this. So without control statement, there is executed sequentially. By default, the statement will be executed sequentially, right? So in this control statement, random execution is possible. In a conditional statement, random execution, right? Random execution is allows us to write better program. So sequential execution only printf and scanf. When we are going to condition, if else, nested if else, switch, and what is a loop, while, do, for. These are the more important keywords. Just you observe these. Everyone knows these are keywords. Branching statements and looping statement, and conditional and unconditional. So here the break and continue and go to, and one more is there, exit. We learn these 4: break, continue, go to, and exit. We are every program based on requirement, we are going to use these keywords: break, continue, go to. It breaks the statement, it continues a false statement to continue, and go to, it jumps to certain area. Exit, unexpectedly your program execution will be stopped. Exit your execution, exit your looping, exit your conditional printing statements. So in a conditional statement, if else, nested if else, and switch case, and for, while, do while. Right, now we are discussing if statement. What is if? What is if? Just you observe. If, this is a syntax, what is if? If is a keyword. First of all, if is a keyword, it checks the condition. If is a keyword, it checks the condition. What type of condition it checks? Suppose if A greater than B. This is one expression. First it checks this expression. If expression is true, then if can execute. If expression is false, if never executes. Right. So in a true false in C language, true indication, true means 1, false means true. 0. False means 0 and true means 1. So if is checks the condition, if the condition is true, it evaluate block of statement. So if checks the condition, if the condition is true, it executes the block of statement. What block of statement? If block statement. In between there is a block. This is a block. This block of statement will be executed like a printf, printable statement, otherwise scanf. Input statements or output statement will be executed. After executing this block of statement, and again it continues the program. That is if. If is keyword, it checks the condition. If the condition is true, it executes this block of statement. If the condition is false, it jumps to next line. That's enough. If the condition is false, it won't give any reply. That is if condition, right? If is a keyword, it checks the condition. Now I want to write one sample program, and you ask, sir, if in case condition, it checks the condition, right? If it checks the condition, if the condition is false, what it happens? It doesn't do anything, right? One program I want to write here, just clear, and this is our program. Just you observe. First of all, I want to write int here printf print enter any number, printf, right? Enter any number, scanf, and you store that variable and number, so user can enter that value, and you can write, this is a condition we are writing here. We are writing condition if I want to never write anything, and just here, just I can place 1, printf hey condition is true. Hey, condition is true. Just observe. I'm facing this just very simple. I'm compiling this R program. Compiling. Warning. What warning? Condition. Okay. In a C++, I think. So we want to write one expression, right? Number equaled 10. Number equaled number equaled 10. Just observe. Control C, compile, no errors, and execute. Any number, enter any number. Suppose I am entering 23. It never replay anything, right? Just I can write one more printable statement, printf /n, end of the program. Just again you observe, right execution 23 I am entering, just end of the program. It's checking the condition. Actually it checks the condition, but it never executes. Just observe, I can write compile, no error, and I can execute. Suppose I am placing 10. Hey, condition is true. Suppose one more condition I want to write. Just condition is change. Number greater than 10, right? Compile, no error, and I am going to execute. Suppose I want to execute 23. Yes, condition is true. Hey, condition is true. Suppose I am entering statement. Suppose 2 I am giving 2. There is no execution, right or not? So you understood. if the condition is totally, how many printable statements are there totally in this program? Totally 3 printable statements. Total 3 printable statements are there, but it executes 2 are mandatory and 1 is, if the condition is true, it executes, otherwise it never executes. Based on the condition, it will be evaluated. Not only one statement, I want to write one more statement. Printf input value makes condition true. Just observe what happened. Compile, no error, and executes. Just 34. What it says? Hey, condition is true. Your input value makes condition true, and end of the program. Just observe. And again I am trying this. I am entering 9. What happens? Just end of the program. 2 printable statements will be skipped. This block, if the condition is, if he checks the condition, right? If this expression checks true, then it will be executed. If the condition is false, it never executes. You understood, everyone? Is right. This is one of the sample program. Suppose we have only one condition, but blocks are not required. Just you observe, I am not giving any blocks here, right? Again, compile, no error, and execute. Enter any number, 1, 2, input value. But just to observe again, printf 1, input value makes condition true. Why? Because the printf, suppose if you are having only one printable statement, you don't require any blocks, any curly braces. If you have only one printable statement, you don't require any curly braces. If you have a multiple printable statements, then you should make these blocks where your condition up to here, your statements will be evaluated. Based on the condition only, these 2 statements will be evaluated, right? This is a very sample program. Now I want to check, you entered any year, that year is leap year or not. We can find out that. The same example program I am copying here. Just observe, copy. I am taking one more. I am pasting here. I am pasting this entire program. I want to clear. This is int value year, and you enter any year, and you can store this year. And what is, everyone knows what is the condition? How do we write the condition? Just tell me. Year percentile modulo division equal modulo division 4 is equal 0. Just you observe, if year is divides with 4 and you are not getting any reminder, if your year is modulo divided by 4 and then your year is leap year, just to observe, compile. Actually I am not giving any printable statement. Just observe, check the condition 2012. I am passing 2012. Your condition is true. Actually your condition is true and it executes the block of statement, but this if block is not responsible for this printable message. What message you are passing here, that is programmer choice. If is only checks the condition, inside the block of statement you only place. What type of statement you place? You can place. Just observe here. I am Alt E and clear, and one more statement I want to pass here. Printf /n given year is leap year. Just you observe, given year is leap year, right? So now we are going to check. Compile, no error, and I am trying to execute, right? So 2012 I am pressing. The given year is leap year. What year? Which year you are giving? Just observe. Suppose your given year is not a leap year. Same statement I am passing 2012. 2012 means given year is not a leap year. Means it checks the condition. What is if? If checks the condition. If the condition is true, it evaluates the statement. But it never checks the printable statement message. It never checks. You only responsible. When you are writing your program, you only responsible for what you can place the message. Right. It is the given year. What year you are? Leap year. Right. So what is year is decimal number. Right. Year is decimal. Integer, sorry, year is integer, comma, ampersand, year, ampersand, year. Just to observe, now we are getting very clear information. So, if in case you are entering 2012, the given 2012, what happened? Why we are getting that? Compile. First you compile and execute. Suppose you enter 202344. Sorry, this is a mistake. Right, now you check that. Given year 2012. What happened? Given year is a leap year. Just again one more. Suppose we can pass 2016. It never replay. The given year is leap year again. 2016 is a leap year. Yes. So I want to pass 2019. It never. It checks the condition, but your condition is false, so it won't replay any message. It never prints any statement, right? So what is if? If he checks the condition, if the condition is true, it evaluates the statement. Here if block, this is a if block, right? This is a if block. If it is checking the condition, it checks the condition. Condition true, it executes the block of statement. If the condition is false, it never executes any statement. That is if. Right? If is a keyword, it checks the condition. Suppose you entered even number or not. Suppose you are taking one number. Suppose you are getting one number. I am checking. So you are enter even number or not. Even number or not. Number. So enter any number. One more program we are going to execute. Number. And you store that number. So what is the logic for even number? What is the logic? Number. Even. Tell me. Same logic. Number divides. If in case you do this 2, right? If in case the remainder 0, when you are dividing with some number, you are getting a remainder 0, then we are calling that is a even number, right? Even number. No error. And execute. Suppose 23. Never reply, right? Suppose same number 44. Given 44 is even. If in case you are giving even number, it checks. It is even number, it replay. If in case you are not giving that even number, then it never respond. Just it ignores. If the condition is true, it executes the block of statement. If condition false, it never replaces. And suppose if you want to make the dummy statements. Dummy. What is dummy? Just observe. Suppose I am putting here semicolon. This is called dummy condition. Dummy. Just observe. Condition. Run. No error. Suppose I am giving 22. Actually condition true, right? It is a condition true. But when we are placing after condition semicolon, this line never checks. This condition is dummy condition. What we are using this? Why? What is the purpose of this dummy condition? In a future, you may use this condition. In a future, you may use this logic. That is a purpose of this dummy condition. What is a dummy? After condition you place semicolon, then we call it as that is a dummy condition. Dummy, right? This is conditional statement. This is a if condition. If. So here what is the purpose of if? It checks the condition, it executes the block of statement. And what is a drawback in this if condition? What is a drawback? Advantage. Now we are discussed advantage. The sequential execution will be overcome with the help of this if. If can check condition and execute the random block of one particular block of statement will be executed. Right. So here, what is a drawback? The drawback is that if he checks the condition, if even true, it will be executed. But when the condition is wrong, false, it never replay. That is a drawback. When we are using if else, we will overcome with that. When we are using if else, we are overcome that problem. What is a if? If he checks the condition, if checks the condition, it checks the condition, it having two possibilities. If having two possibilities, one is true if the condition is true and if the condition is false. If in case condition is true, you execute this block of statement, true block statement, true block, and your program may continue, right? And if the condition is false, false block, right? And it continue and exit, right? So this is else if. If he checks the condition, if the condition is true, it executes the block of statement, true block statement, it will be executed. This is a true. This is true. True. If checks the condition, condition true, it executes. It executes. If the condition false, what happens? Just directly the trigger will be going to here, false. This is a false block statement. This is a false block. And this is a true block statement. And you have understood this situation. In a previous if condition, if the condition is true, it executes the block of statement. If the condition is false, it won't replay anything. But if else, it checks the condition. If the condition is true, it executes true block. That situation, when the true block is executed, this else block is never executed. Only one block will be executed. In if and else, only one block statements only executed. If condition true, this block only execute. This block will be ignored. If the condition is false, this two block will be ignored and else block will be executed. That is one of the advantages of this if else, right? We are going to check these statements, right? True block, right? Just observe, and now I am removing this block of statements. Control delete, and now we are going to check this condition. I want to take int number. Suppose year, we are going to take year. Printf enter any year. So year is always integer value, so we are taking percentage d as a control string, and we need to store with the help of ampersand. The year is we are taking as a year, right? This is a variable, and now we are going to check the condition. If year percentile 4 equal to 0, then we gonna execute one printable statement. Printf double quotes slash n, the given year is leap year. The given year is the leap year, right? So now we are going to check this one. Control C, compile, no error, and execute. Year 2012, given year is leap year, and I'm going to execute again 2019. It's not a leap year actually, but it won't replay anything, right? It won't replay nothing. So now we are going to write else. Else block. This is your else block. Printf double quotes /n. The given year is not a leap year. Not a leap year. Just to observe, again we check the condition, compile, no errors, and we are trying to execute this. 2012, it is a leap year, and again execute 2019. It is the given year is not a leap year, right? So we need to execute, we need to check that what year you are entered. So in a year place you can write a %d control string, and what you want to pass, year value, right? Year. Same situation, you pass year. In a place of this you can write control D. So that's enough, and again we compile, no error, and execution just 2019. The given 2000 year, not a leap year. The given 2019 is not a leap year. And again you check 2012. The given year is a leap year. So you understood this situation. So when you observe this if else, check the condition, it execute. If just you observe here. So we write year condition, year %4 equal 0, and it's a true block. So year leap year, and this is a not a leap year, right? What happens? First we check the condition. Suppose year %4 equal 0. Just observe what is year 2012 divided by 4. 4 1 ja 4, 4 5 ja 20, 0 you make 20, 0, and 4 3 ja 12, 503. What is the remainder? Remainder 0. In the place of this you are getting remainder. 0 equal 0. Yes, condition is true. So the condition is true. So it will be jumps to this way. If in case you enter 2019, you entered 2019. You enter 2019. Then what happens? Suppose year %4 equal 0. Year equal 2019. What happens? 2019 by 4. 4 1 ja 4 5 ja 0, and 19. 4 4 ja 16, and remainder is 3 remainder. So remainder what we are getting? 3. 3 equal 0. The condition is false. So it will be enter. It will be taken as a the given year is a not a leap year, right? Thank you. Have a nice day. In a further lectures we are going to cover in-depthly and each and every concept. So please learn carefully. This is why, because I am taking this much of time, because of only one reason. These are most important, and we are going to, in a further lectures, again we use this if and else only, if conditions, switch statements, and while and do while and for loop. So these are most important for C language, and in a conditional in a every object oriented programming language is also most important, this condition and control statement. Thank you. Have a nice day.